Hey everybody, welcome to Hope Nation New Coach Basic Training. I'm Rachel Harvey. I am the founder of Hope Nation. I'm very excited to have you in this class. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story as how I got started in Beachbody and a little bit about our team and how this training is going to run. So first of all, I started coaching in the summer of 2015 and I did it basically to get started with the business. I had already had a transformation through running and clean eating, and I lost about 35 pounds. And everybody had come to me and said, "Oh, how'd you do it? How'd you do it?" People noticed a difference. And all I could basically tell them was eat clean and run. And let me tell you, most people are not interested in eating clean and running because they don't understand it. So when I came across this opportunity with Beachbody, I followed this girl through her like page, One Fit Fighter, and her name is Katie Ersta. And I got connected and I was just following her for a while and I was like, oh, that's nice. She gets to go on these trips, or oh, she gets to do this or that, and good for her. And you know, I saw that she would work out every day and that she'd post some healthy recipes. So I just kind of followed her. And one day I came across a post that I just couldn't ignore. And she was talking about the business opportunity. And for our family at that point in our life, we were not making a whole lot of money. And so I honestly did not even have enough money to get started with the challenge pack. But the more I talked to her, the more that I believed that this process could work, that this is something that I could do from home to help my family increase our income. So I got started. I jumped all in and I said, I need to make this work. So from the very first week, I decided I was going to just go straight in for it. I was going to invite people to join me in the next challenge group that Katie was running, and just say, hey, do you want to do this with me? So in my first week, I rank advanced to Emerald Coach, which means I got 2 coaches underneath of me. I also hit Success Club, meaning total in that first month, I helped 3 people with a challenge pack. So all of a sudden, it was going off to a bang. I had covered my challenge pack cost in that first week, and I knew I was moving forward. So through New Coach training, I was able to understand what inviting is, what the process is involved in inviting other people to do challenge groups, free groups, or coaching opportunity groups. And through that training, I learned how to be consistent and be proof that the products work in my workouts and drinking Shakeology. I also learned about personal development and the key role that it plays in this business. So through all of that training that I went through, like you're going to go through in this, I was able to understand coaching a little bit better and able to attract more people to joining challenge groups with me and to the business. So I hope that this training also provides you that same opportunity, that you build your confidence in learning what all of this is about. So after that first month and how I got rolling pretty quickly, mostly out of necessity, just to get everything covered, then I just realized, hey, if I could help 3 people, maybe I could help 5. So the next month I helped 5 people with a challenge pack and started to grow my team as well. So by the second or third month, I should say, in 63 days, I went to diamond rank. So it happened very quickly for me, and it's something that I know how to do, and I could help you do the same. If you're interested in building a business, you can run with this. If you're interested in doing this as a hobby, just to cover your costs, I can help you do that too, because I know how I was able to cover my costs pretty quickly as well. So if you are interested in learning how to do this, first of all, you want to take a look at why. So my why was because I was working in a seasonal job. I would work full-time, sometimes over 40 hours a week in the fall and in the spring. I had summers off and winters off, which was great with my young family. However, in those fall and spring months, I would then have to make enough money to cover those months I was not working. My goal was always to be with my kids at home. So I worked really hard at the beginning, and I continue to work hard because I know my why is to be with my children. So by the time that I had hit diamond rank, I was able to cover the costs that I was required to for our family's income budget. And I realized that I could do this full time. So I finished up my fall season that year, and I didn't go back to work after that. I decided I was going to work hard in order to make all of the income that I needed to make through Beachbody alone. So I was able to come home and be with my children, and I'm there every day to pick them up after school. If they have special activities, I can be there. If they have days off or snow days, I'm here with them. So that was always my heart's desire. My other part of my why still involves my family, but when we were starting this business with Beachbody, we were also in the process of adopting internationally from China. So we had been going through all the paperwork, and we were raising money, and we were doing all of these things to get our daughter home. And I wanted to make sure that when we brought her home, that I didn't have to go back to work, because my biggest fear was that I was going to have to put her in daycare or with a babysitter after she'd never had a family before. I wanted her to make sure she could be with family all the time. So that drove me as well. Through our adoption process, I knew I was working hard so that I could be home with her. And we were able to do that. I actually was still working while I was in China for 3 weeks, and we brought Mia home, and through the transition that our whole family has gone through, I've still been able to work. Sometimes the hours get adjusted. Sometimes I don't get as much sleep maybe, but I know this is a season, and every part of this comes in seasons, and it's doable. So when I first started, I got up at 4:15, 4:30 in the morning to get my workout in. I would check messages on my lunch break at work. I would check messages after work, and I would work after my kids went to bed. Now things are a little different, and I'm very busy with my kids during the day, and I do most of my work at night and stay up later and get everything done. So all of this we'll talk about more in training as well, but I want you to know that even with a busy schedule, even if you have a lot of things going on, this is something that you can make work for you and your family. But the biggest thing is knowing your why, knowing why you're here, what drives you. And in those days where you just don't feel like doing your workout, or you just don't feel like inviting or posting or doing these other things, you always remember that why you're doing this. Maybe it takes a Post-it note right on your computer that you remember, I am doing this because fill in the blank. For me, it's my family. So having their pictures right here, I know this is why I work hard. So this is a little bit about our story. I am super excited to have you all as a part of our team and our Hope Nation family. And as we go along this course, it is set up so that you can do this at your own pace. Previously, I would do Coach Basics through a Facebook group. And Monday through Friday, I would do one post and have daily action items at the end of each post so that coaches can go through the lessons and then post comments below. So every day they just have to check in and do the assignment and post. So it wasn't necessarily difficult, but what I was finding was if I had coaches that were coming in later after Coach Basics started, they had nowhere to start. So now we have created an online coach class through this module, and that allows you to go at your own pace. Some coaches are very excited and they want to learn as much as possible. So this allows you to not have to wait and go through this training over a month's time. You can do 5 lessons at a time. You can just work through as fast as you want. And for other coaches that are very busy, or maybe they have a schedule such where they're very busy in the beginning of the week and they have more time at the end of the week, you can just wait and do whenever you have time, you can do those modules. So there are 20 lessons in this class. So if you want to stick traditionally to 1 lesson a day, and if you do Monday through Friday, it'll take you 4 weeks to get through. If you decide you want to move at a little faster pace, then you can do this course as quickly as you want. There are some modules where you need to comment below before you can move on. I want to make sure that you understand each lesson before you move to the next. And as you have comments, make sure that you leave them below each post, and I can get back to you, or your upline coach can get back to you about any questions that you may have on that lesson. The goal here is to have some interaction and make sure that you're understanding the information before you go on to the next step. So if you have questions as we go along, make sure that you reach out to me or your upline coach, and we will make sure to help you as best we can. So that's a little bit about how this class is running. I give all the credit to my husband who has created this class, and we work together to match the content and the format so that it's as easy as it can be for you all to follow and get the most out of this training. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm excited to get this started, and if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.